Hello all. Yeah, well, I've decided to call it a day. And you know when you get these clickbait videos that turn around and go, oh, I've decided to call it a day, and at the end it turns around they haven't at all. Actually, no, they're actually carrying on and all that. I'm not. I've been doing the office now for about 2 months in the shipping shed. We're in the shipping shed for about 2.5 months, and it's come off the back of something which kind of went wrong in the back office, and I've never really understood what went on in the back office, to be totally honest with you. And since then I've been trying to, you start drilling into it, and then, you know, a gearbox goes, and then another gearbox goes, and then the second gearbox goes, but it has to be recovered. And you start drilling into it, and you sort of go, I'm making as much money running 4 lorries, or less money running 4 lorries, than I was making running 1 lorry on my own. And I've told you all the way along, lorries are involved. There are transport managers, and there is parking, and there is diesel, and there is insurance, and then if you can't find them a job, and then there's wages and all that kind of stuff. And I've also told you all along, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. But it gets to the point where you think, well, if this business was going, I spoke to my friend, my mate Ian, and he kind of went, well, if it was doing well, how long have you been doing this now? I've probably been doing trucks for 3 years. So if it's doing well, by now you'd have your own contacts and a better fleet of trucks and all that kind of stuff. But instead you're kind of where you were when you started. And he's right. If a business does well, you can see it's doing well because you're making money. You get to the end of the week, you're making money, you've got some left over. And I haven't. So it's time to scale it back. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try to simplify it. So it means splitting the business, splitting from Al and Gemma, getting rid of the drivers. I've had to speak to 2 of them already, and one of them I spoke to earlier last week and kind of said it might be on the cards, which I hate. I absolutely hate turning around to people, and they're good drivers. They're not young men, but they work hard and they're loyal and they're reliable. And so if anyone needs a driver, please, I can't, you know, I've got 4 coming up that sort of might be looking for work, 2 in the Dunstable, 2 in the Coventry area. So if you're up for it, please let me know, and I'll pass it on to them. And then I've got to try and tidy up the mess that has become Vango Transport, and I'm hoping that what I come out with is just me and a truck. Me and a truck, and probably a truck with a bed, because I think I'm going to have to hit the road, and I'm going to have to hit the road hard. Because I'm going to have to try and sort of do the tramping thing, get out there, try and make as much money as I possibly can, and see if I can just simplify my life. You know, sort of, it's very involved and confusing. And, you know, I liked working from home. I've got the lovely view of the garden, I've got to spend some time with the family more. But at the same time, it's very, very stressful. You know, the gearbox has gone, and we've got to get a recovery truck in, and it's sort of like, you need a lot of money to run lorries. If you're going to run a fleet of lorries, you need a lot of dough. So, and to get a lot of dough, you need to get a lot of dough in on the jobs. And you don't always get a lot of dough in the jobs, as I'm sure we'll all probably concur. A lot of the time people go, no, I don't want to pay that. No, I want to pay small van money, actually. So that's the honest thing, that's the honest truth. Never told, never lied to you all the way along. It's time to take it back to basics. It's time, maybe, for me to sort of scale it all back, hit the road again, in a truck again, and just try to take care and take some money.